Good day guys, and welcome to our educational video. And for today's lesson, we will talk about research report. So before we proceed to our discussion, read and realize these two great motivation first.
Chicago, I feel it. Another version of me. I was in it.
Do you feel motivated right now? If so, let us now define the true meaning of research report, and it will be discussed on our co-member Richelle Dog.
A research report is a long formal essay, usually 5 to 15 pages in length, which presents the writer's views and findings on a chosen subject. However, it is not just a long composition which follows the principles of good writing. It is scholarly work and not just a collection of notes lifted from many different sources and strung together one after the other. A research report is a publication that reports on the findings of a research project. Research reports are produced by many sectors, including education, government, and non-government. Also, a research report is an in-depth document that contains the result of a research project. It includes the information about the research topic, the research question, the methodology used to collect data from the respondents, the result of the research, and the conclusion of the researcher. There are two major classes of research report. The first one is qualitative research. It is subjective and seeks a human experience as a narrative. The second one is quantitative research. It is objective and seeks a statistically neat inferences about the sample. To summarize it all, a research report is a form of academic writing that aims to convey information to a specific audience.
Now that you know the definition of research report, let us know the components of research report. These are title, abstract, introduction, methodology, results, discussion, and reference. Let's now discuss the definition of title and abstract. Janelle and Red, what is title and abstract?
A research report has its own component, and the first of it is the title. Of course, we cannot make a research without a title. It wouldn't be fun. Agreeing with the essence of title, most of the time, the researchers need an approval or defense first for their title. Why? Because title has a format, whether your research is quantitative or qualitative. Your title must have the basic parts, containing the essential keywords pertaining to the whole content of your study. And the second component of the research report is the abstract. Red, can you tell us what is an abstract?
Yes, Janelle, it can. So, what is an abstract? Abstract, it is an overview of a study or a research containing 200 to 300 words. It concisely reports your method, aims, and conclusion.
For our introduction based on modules about research report, it provides the key questions that the researcher is attempting to answer and a review of any literature that is relevant. In addition, the researcher will provide a rationale of why the research is important and will present a hypothesis that attempts to answer the key question. Lastly, it should contain a summary of the key question following the completion of the research. For additional information, a research report is a document that presents the findings, analysis, and conclusions of a research study. It provides a comprehensive overview of the research topic, methodology, data collection, and analysis techniques used.
Let's have the definition of methodology. Research methodology is the specific procedures or techniques used to identify, select, process, and analyze information about the topic. In a research paper, the methodology section allows the reader to critically evaluate a study's overall validity and reliability. Here in methodology, you clearly outline what methodology you use in your research, like questions, or like what you did and how you did it. It must be clearly written that it would be easy for another researcher to document your research. If they wish to, it is usually written in a passive voice. Oh, I hope you still remember passive voice sentences. It is clearly reference any material you have used from other sources and clearly label for number any diagrams, charts, graphs, and you have to ensure that they are relevant to the research and add substance to the text rather than just duplicating what you have said. Also, this is arguably the most important sections for two reasons. Number one, it allows the reader to evaluate the quality of the research. And number two, it provides the details by which another researcher may replicate and validate the findings. Typically, the information in the methodology section is arranged in chronological order with the most important information on top of each section. And now, Rochelle will discuss also the definition of results.
Result is where you report the findings of your study based on the information gathered as a result of the methodology or methodologies you applied. In longer research paper, the result section contains the data and perhaps a short introduction.
If there are results, then there would also be a discussion section. In the discussion section, you are going to evaluate and interpret your gathered results or your gathered data. There, you would explain how it turned out that way, why it turned out that way, or what are the positive or the negative effects, or you would explain the outcome of your methodology.
The last component of research report is reference. Red, what is the definition of reference?
Next is reference. So what is reference? Reference provides a list of authors and papers cited in the research report. Any facts or idea thought should be included or cited in the research or the reference.
It's giving like a credits to the rightful owner or CTTRO, and it's like appreciating their work. Reference is important in research report because it avoids copyright issues. Let's move on now on how do you format a research report.
In our module, it says here that there is no one best format for all reports. For a format depends on several relevant variables. You must employ a suitable format to create a desirable impression with clarity. For example, you are conducting a research and your category is innovation. Innovation is a long way process. Why? Because innovation is like you are inventing or turning one product into a new, more usable product. And it has a lot of formulas, scientific formulas and scientific processes. So, with that, the format that we discussed today isn't suitable for innovation because As what I have said earlier, innovation is a long way process and it needs more components. But after all, the components that we have discussed today is typically or the main parts of a one research report. It's just that your format must depend on what topic, what category, or what study you are going to conduct.
Now that we know the definition, components, and format of research report, let's have now an example. This is the example of the title in research report. A utilization of used electrical wires as accessories.
So in this example, titled Utilization of Used Electrical Wires as Accessories. So here we can see that it highlights key concepts, your researcher's purpose, the relevance or the importance of the research.
Take a look at this example of an introduction. Here, the introduction of this study was done in a clear and organized way. It starts by defining the research subject, which is accessories created using electrical wires. It then provides context by explaining the importance of promoting creative and sustainable entrepreneurship among young people and the role of electrical wires in achieving this goal. To further provide context, the researchers also references relevant policy documents such as the Youth Entrepreneurship Act of 2014, which promotes the development of young entrepreneurs. The introduction ends by outlining the rationale, aim, and the objectives of the research study. It is an overall well written and makes the study's rationale clear.
So, in this example, the researcher put the methods they use. These are the data collection, sampling, and analysis.
Results and discussion. In this example, the researcher answered all the research question or the statement of the problem clearly and concisely. The researcher explained it one by one. Also, the researcher explained and discussed the methodology they used and the data they gathered from their respondents. Overall, results and discussion in this example are formed by explaining and answering all the research questions.
In this example, we can see the publication, publisher, title, number or volume number, author, and the basics of reference list entries.
Have you learned something about research report? Then, what is it? Now that you learned something from research report, it's time to have a quiz. Get your activity notebook and answer the following. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something about research report. Goodbye!